Everybody, it's Lyn from Lyn's Grass. Sorry if my lighting's a little weird today. It's been really rainy. It's supposed to get cool. You know, like down in the 70s. But looking forward to it. I just have a couple of Halloween tags. I don't do whimsical very well, so this is the first one. And I'll start with the background. I used Ranger clear embossing powder. Sorry about that. These skulls are just these. I showed these in a haul video a while back ago. Just come from my Dollar General. And you know, they're just those little foam rubber stamps. And they come with a little tiny black ink pad, and I've never even opened one and used it, so couldn't tell you about that. But that's what I did on the background. I just used my Versamark pad and used clear Ranger embossing powder and stamped the whole background with all the different little skull stamps. And then I sprayed the background with the Witch's Potion Purple Lindy Stamp Gang, the Starburst spray. Witch's Potion Purple. That's a good name. I like that one. So I sprayed the whole background. Let me see if I can... How shimmery it is. Ooh, isn't that pretty? So I did that. And then I didn't have a large... I didn't really want a jack-o'-lantern. I wanted a pumpkin. And so I didn't have a pumpkin anything. A pumpkin die. I didn't have a pumpkin anything. So I just cut out a pumpkin stencil. And I took my Versamark pad. I'm going to try to explain what I did. Okay, I cut out the stencil of the pumpkin. So imagine that. A little open stencil of a pumpkin. And then I took my Versamark pad and I swapped over the stencil with cardstock underneath. And so when I pulled the stencil off, I had obviously a Versamark pumpkin. So I sprinkled it with the jack-o'-lantern orange embossing powder, sprinkled it over the whole thing. And then I took my paintbrush, just a soft paintbrush, and I swiped across it to knock some of the embossing powder off. Because I wanted it to look grungy and I didn't want it to look like a solid orange, shiny pumpkin. So I did that. Then I took did a lot to it, sorry. Then I took my Distress ink in the walnut stain. And I just barely swiped over it with my, I have a little makeup triangle. And then after that dried, I stamped with a little flourish stamp on both the sides of the pumpkin. And then went around the edge with black. So that's what I did just to the pumpkin. Then the leaves are the Freaky Frankenlime. Is that right? I'm trying to learn all the names. Freaky Frankenlime. And again, there, so you can see the embossing on the pumpkin. And let's see if you can see the shimmer. Well, maybe not. There's too much stickles in the way. But trust me, the leaves are shimmery. Yeah, but they're on this one right here by my thumb. A little bit of green shimmer. And then I did stickles, and then I did crackle accents. And then went around the edges with black. I actually did the edges with black before I'm sorry. I sprayed them, then stamped them also with the flourish. You can't see it very well on any of them really, but sprayed them, stamped them, stickled them, then went around the edge, then crackle accented. There, got it all out. Okay, so after I got the pumpkin on, but before I put the leaves on, I did this flourish. It's a vine. It's the pumpkin vine. And it's just with hot glue. And then after it was cool, I went over it with my gold acrylic paint with my finger. Plain and simple. The background also has splatters. I took the, hold on, sorry, I'm trying not to be shaky. I took the, which one did I use on this one? Yeah. The Red Hot, I'm sorry, it's not that one. It's the Hagwort orange. I took the Hagwort orange and I unscrewed the sprayer, and just with the tip of the straw, whatever you want to call it, I did some splatters of orange. And then I did the same thing with the Screaming Banshee black. Hold on, I gotta get a drink. Okay. The boo, I just used my embossing pen and just scribbled the boo, and I embossed that with the Midnight Pewter by Lindy Stamp Gang. And then after I did that, I sprayed it again with the Hagwort orange. If you can see, that's kind of a orange with a red shimmer. Has a really good ghouly effect. I liked it. Okay, then I glued the leaves on. I did so much, y'all, I'm completely lost. This I just printed out of my computer, and I crackle accented it. See that? Shimmery. Love that shimmery background. Oh no, avalanche. Please stay. Okay. Okay, where was I? I did little, it's not really faux stitching, but it's the same type of effect. I used my, Unite a paint pen, you know, black thin tip. Oh my goodness, Lynn. And I just did a squiggly edge. Like on old-fashioned photos, you kind of see that same type of effect. So I did that all the way around. Inked the edges with walnut stain. And because I can't find my Halloween stuff. When I rearranged this last time, I don't know what I did with it. So I'm going to have to go on an all-out search to try to find anything Halloween-ish. I can't even find my creepy cloth. So luckily, because I've said before, I used to do, you know, polymer clay mermaids and stuff like that. And I still do occasionally get my stuff out, but I've got one that's not complete. This is just cheesecloth that I sprayed with wow, it's not the Screaming Banshee black. Maybe the Silhouette Silver, possibly. I'm sorry, I don't remember. I made some little spiders with one of these same stamps and hung them on various little bits of the creepy cloth. A little bitty bit hanging off the pumpkin. And although he is attached to the pumpkin, the creepy cloth is loose in between. Creepy cloth, creepy cloth. The creepy cloth up at the top. And then lastly, but not leastly, I did white. I splattered white on the background, and then took the end of one of my little bitty brushes and just did some, actually I think it was the back of a flat toothpick, and did some random dots. Gave the pumpkin some eye, and the pumpkin. Gave the Jolly Roger some eyes. One other thing I did is I went back and I reheated a couple of the pumpkins I'm going to keep calling them pumpkins. The skeletons, and I'm not sure I'm going to be able to show you. There, you might be able to see, I sprinkled just a little bit of the Ranger Poly Sparkle embossing powder, and I did it again right up here. You can see it more in the background, even if you can't see the sparkle, just where it's darker. But in person, you really can see the sparkle. So, okay, have to change my battery, and I'll be back. I actually did two, so I'll come back and show the other one. Let's see, back up. There it is. Like I said, I don't do whimsical that well, so. I had fun, though. Alright. Sorry about that. I thought I'd just show you the back real quick. Just a piece of paper I had in my stash, and I'm really not sure who the paper's made by. And this is, again, one I just printed out on my printer. Off my computer. Okay, here's the other one. Oh, and it's not going to set straight, of course. Let's see if I can back up and get it all in there. There it is. I like this one much better. I did basically the same technique, though. I did one of these pumpkin stamps. I should call him jack-o'-lanterns, just because. Just 'cause. You're mean to me all your life, as my husband would say. Okay, now maybe if I try not to touch it, it'll stay there. So, again, I started out with the pumpkins. And I embossed them all over the background with, again, the jack-o'-lantern orange. Then, after that cooled, I sprayed with the Screaming Banshee black. And see, here's where the bad part comes in. Because I want to pick it up and show you where the freaking shimmer is, but can't do it. Well, maybe barely you can tell. Okay. Now, I have to apologize because I have no idea who the artist is on this stamp. I believe, and I say believe, I'm not sure. I won a grab bag of stamps right after I first got on the internet. Been like 2 years ago. I believed at the time that they were all sweet pea stamps. Having said that, I went back on the website trying to find out who the artist was and what the name of the stamp was. I couldn't find it anywhere. Several of the other stamps that were in the grab bag I did find. So I do still believe that at least at one time this was a sweet pea stamp or on their website. It may be a retired. I'm not sure. So I apologize. If anybody knows, please, I would love to give credit where credit is due. The only reason I can't is because I have no idea. I even tried Googling it and couldn't make a match. So, okay, I stamped the stamp. Colored it with my Prismacolor pencils. And I really and truly just did I don't want to say crude, but I wanted it to look like a sketch. Her hair is actually done in silver, and I did the Stardust stickles on her hair and on her under outfit, her sleeves and the little triangle of her shirt that shows through. The small candle she's holding, I did gold glitter glue, Studio G glitter glue, for the little rays coming out of her candle. And the candle itself has a little glossy accents on the flame. And this is just one of my homemade flowers. It's a two-tone with stickles on the edges. This is a K & Company embellishment, and the package has 3 colors: purple, blue, and green, I believe. But I don't mean but I got these in a rack from Beth But, I got these in a rack from Beth. And the little swirls are out of the same package. Edged the edges with the walnut stain. Again, did the little squiggly line. Used my pinking shears to pink the edges. And this is on a piece of paper from my stash. So, don't know who that is. Moving up. Again, this is one of my handmade carnations. These are just a couple of those. They're little white fabric rosebuds, and I sprayed those with the Witch's Potion Purple. The carnation was in my stash, so it was already painted, and it's just acrylic paint. And again, it has the stars stickles on the edge. I curly cued the little wires from the fabric roses. This is one of those the foam flowers, and that came out of a rack from Lydia. Thank you, Lydia. Again, with the boo that I embossed with the midnight pewter. That's when I have a hard time. It's switching back and forth from the names of the embossing powders to the sprays. That's when I get in trouble. Again, with the leftover paper that I had from my stash, inked with the walnut stain. Little curly cue from the embellishment pack. That's one of my clay flowers. Up here, this was a white and blue two-tone. It was a white with a little bit of blue edges rose that again came from a rack from Lydia. Spit it all out. And it's sprayed with the Screamin' Banshee Black. It's on top of a little flat flower, like from the little build yourself kind of flowers, that also was in the same rack from Lydia, and it was already black. So I stickled the edges of both of those. Another one of the little fabric roses, and it's on a little embellishment from that embellishment pack, and it's like a circle with pinked edges. This also was in the rack from Lydia, this little orange, and it's my last one. I didn't even know what you call those. A couple of little satin roses that I sprayed with the Freaky Frankenlime. Oh, I'm in my own shadow. The Freaky Frankenlime and the Witch's Potion Purple. Witch's Potion Purple. I think I'm there. I'm to the top. And again with the cheesecloth sprayed with, this time, the Red Hot Poker Orange. It has a little less of that red in it that the Hagwort Orange has, and I didn't want it to look bloody, and that's what I was worried about. I wanted it to be a little more true orange. Yay! I know they are very simple tags, but really and truly, wow, what a lot went into each one of them. And again, that's just paper from, don't quote me on this, but I really think it's K & Company. I got this little stack in a big giant stack of paper that I got from Stephanie, Steph, Little Red Wagon Studios. I'm sorry, Steph. Enchanted Steph. Both Stephs. And again, that's sprayed with that, whatever I said it was. The Red Hot Poker Orange. See, I knew better than to pick it up, y'all, didn't I? But I can show you now. The shimmer on the background. So there you go. That's my two tags. As elaborately simple as they are. They kept me busy for a little while. I have been so busy, y'all. I'm literally about to start uploading pictures and descriptions onto onto Etsy. I've got a couple of more details to nail down before I start doing that, but hopefully by the end of the month I'll have it done. There is so much to do to get ready. I really am blown away by how much work it has been. And I know anybody else who's ever started up a store totally understands that. So bear with me, y'all. I will get there. So I think I covered everything. Alright. I still have a mini album that's finished to video, and that's my problem, is getting time to sit down and actually do a video. I've got one finished to video, and then one that I'm 4 pages away from being done. So I'll probably take the rest of the day to finish that one. Or not the rest of the day, but I'll probably work on that today, amongst a million other things. So it should be cooling off here, so I'm looking forward to that. Maybe I'll get a little bit more stuff done without the air conditioner running in the background. Today, I'm sorry if my fish tank is too loud, because when the power went off yesterday, it never starts up as quiet as it was. It'll take it several days before the pump quiets back down. Busy, busy, busy place. My husband's working 7 days a week. It's been for months now, and I think we need a vacation. We won't get one, but doesn't mean we still don't need one. Isn't that right? So this is my vacation, is crafting and telling y'all about it. So, alright, I shall holler at y'all later. Bye now.